What's up, guys? It's Beast here, and I usually don't do videos like this, but I had a little encounter today, on Discord, in which I just felt like it was necessary. So, every now and then the devs do the Q&As, for people on Discord app to like go on there and ask questions, and they answer them to the best of their ability and about the game and its current state and then what's coming. And this is the second one I attended, so there's everybody knows like what's been, if you've been playing DC, you know what's been going on, and there's like a lot of concern with certain points and issues, and like how people feel about where the game's going. And me being a straight up person, I decided to try to get us a straight up answer about something concerning the state of the game. So I put this screenshot in the beginning of the video, but if for some reason you didn't read it or see it, I'm gonna read what I put. So I asked, like, this is my question I typed in the chat. I was like, Meps, no disrespect intended, but instead of logging on to the game to spawn watchtower ads, can you actually run content with players and especially spectate PvP scrimmages so you can actually see the issues of the game? A lot of us are under the impression that you guys are oblivious to everything that's broken because it's been here for so long. Okay, that's pretty forward, and like I said, no disrespect, like I said it respectfully, it's pretty forward, but it's like straight to the point. That's just the type of person I am. And his response was like, it made me like laugh so hard at first, and then when I actually thought about it, it was just like, this is really the developer team we have. It's just, it doesn't seem like it's on par. So basically, the first, I'm not gonna tell you word for word what he said, but I'm just gonna like bring out the main points of what he said. The first point being, this is the first thing he said: if we don't fix something right away, it is because we feel something else is more important. That statement right there is because we feel, keyword feel, something else is more important. Okay, so I can understand if you have a game that has multiple aspects to it, like most MMOs have a PvE and they have a PvP, and if your player base is first of all, like, if you want your game to be like more based towards like PvE because that's what more people play, then I can understand that, assuming the PvP side is still taken care of, and there's nothing really wrong with it. If every aspect of the game is on par, then I can see you leaning more heavily towards one aspect of the game. But the way you have DC, you have PvE, which in its current state, it's just like it's like, I don't even know, I'm not even going to get into it because we have revamp coming, and they're taking care of those issues. But on the other hand, on the whole other end of the scale, you have PvP, which everyone knows there's a multitude of problems, and a whole bunch of crap is just like broken and like not balanced. And there's the glitches and bugs, and like obvious problems. It's not even something that I can have an opinion on. It's just the fact of it is it's a problem. So my question is, what is more important than fixing a problem in the game? Like, that logically makes no sense. If we don't fix something right away, it's we feel other things are more important. So you have people who, like, for instance, if they want to be nature, that's their favorite power, they can't even be nature in PvP because it can't compete with a power like Harlot or Celestial, like in any way, like shape or form, unless you like go the other role, and even then you'll still get melted. That is a problem. Like, what is more important than that? You got people, people with all these skill points and everything, and like, they have all these skill points and they can have higher stats than somebody with, like, based on their power alone. And then you got people who like abuse glitches and stuff, and then you got weapon imbalance and all. I'm not even going to get into, like, there's plenty of videos like that. My point is, You know, I wasn't aware that there was like stuff more important than actually fixing a problem. Like something that shouldn't be like that. The way PvP is, it shouldn't be the way it is, and how that's not a priority. You know, it's just beyond me. You know. So that was my whole point on that first point. The second thing he said was, I've actually invited quite a few people to play with me in game, you know. So I'm sorry if you never got the chance. Okay, first of all, when I asked you to, you know, maybe you should like, can you actually run content with players and like spectate PvP scrimmages so you can see the issues of the game, and like you took that request like it was, you know, like I was like asking to play with you, like I was like, you know, like you said, I'm sorry if you never got the chance. Like, look, I'm not like begging to play with you, Meps. Like, I'm not, you know, trying to ride. You know, you're not really a celebrity to me. Like, you know, I respect you as the community manager, but you know, that's not how I was asking that. You know, I asked that for the good of the game, for the game to get fixed. And it's not about who's played with you. Like, even if you did like come on the game and, you know, play with people to be productive and like actually fix the game instead of just people having a chance to play with Meps, you know, I still wouldn't really jump to the chance to play with you. It's just the type of person I am. Like, you know, I play the game to have fun. I don't really like ride the hype of, you know, and you know, I could be wrong. Maybe you meant it a different way, but you know, that's the way it came off, and I'm like, okay, that's, you know, that's not the way I meant it. I care about the production of the game and this game getting fixed, not a chance to play with Meps. You know, that's not what I meant by that. You know, the third point being, I mean, the third thing he said was, okay, like, so I guess that he, you know, he took the question like I was saying, you know, the devs don't play the game. So the third thing he said was the whole team plays the game. You were on yesterday doing a test session, you know, the Starro event. Okay, see, he should have stopped the test session because, you know, when he said the Starro event, okay, look, y'all like already released this, and like there's no clear terrible issues with it. Like, my question is like, I understand you want to keep it uptight and everything, but like I don't see any point of like getting on the game and, you know, I mean, using that as an example to, you know, say that y'all play the game. Like, y'all already released it, you know, and it's the easiest non-broken thing on this game. Like, I'm just being real. Like, y'all allow level 10s to do it. You know, I don't really see that as a viable excuse as, oh yeah, we play the game, you know, we know what we're doing. We did the Starro event. Like, okay, that example was kind of stupid to me. I'm like, you know, like going back to the multitude of issues on this game, compared to those and what's been wrong with this game, and y'all don't get on to test any of that, and then you just say, oh, we get on with it, and we did the Starro event. That just made me think, okay, you know, how deep do y'all even test the game, or, you know, or like do y'all even like look at the feedback, the full feedback that people put like on the bigger issues of the game? Like, that's just my opinion. I didn't see the whole dev team playing the Starro event as, you know, viable to, oh, we play the game and we know what we're doing, and, you know, so we know what issues are more important than others, you know. And then he said, you know, he ended it with, if you want to say that we don't play the game, try it a different way. It's stupid, you know. So basically, you know, he kind of got a little offended, you know, because actually before he even said his answer, like, he was reading my question at the part where I said, you know, no disrespect intended. He was like, okay, usually questions like these, you know, are always good. So, you know, so kind of a little smirk there, you know. I didn't really, you know, pay that too much mind, you know, but, you know, it was there. So that kind of gave me the small indication that he might not have, you know, taken my question as seriously as, you know, he just thought it was like a shot at him, which, you know, it wasn't. You know, the question was a legit question, and I didn't really feel like I didn't really feel the least bit, you know, taking a shot at him until he answered, and like his answer was just, you know, irrelevant to, you know, the biggest issues on the game, you know. And You know, this is why like a lot of people feel the way about the game that they do, and why a lot of people quit, because it just, you know, it just seems like the biggest issues aren't getting prioritized. You know, like, you know, a lot of us think the devs don't play the game. Like, I'm not gonna necessarily say the devs don't play the game, but I just think that they don't prioritize what they need to. It's just like, okay, yeah, you might, you know, PvE might be a bigger, you know, attraction to people on the game than PvP, as far as like coming into the game and getting a bigger fan base. But like a lot of the people that been here and a lot of people that quit, like they quit because of the PvP aspect, you know. And like a lot of them were PvE players too. Like I myself, I do both aspects of the game. But if you jack up one aspect, like PvP, and to the point where, you know, something gets messed up and y'all just don't fix it, like that causes a lot of people to quit over that alone, you know. And if you're trying to build your fan base, I don't really see how you're doing that when you got the people that are already here quitting. That's just, you know, even if you do gain more members, like you're losing just maybe the same amount every day or every week, you know. Like all I'm seeing on YouTube when I look up DCUO videos is like people quitting, you know, big YouTubers saying, you know, I can't really, you know, get into the game no more. It's not the same because, you know, they're doing this, and they're not doing that, and you know, we all know the issues and everything. But you know, it doesn't seem like, you know, fixing the issues of the game were a priority. You know, like if like I said in the beginning, if PvP was all right and PvP like it was, everything was like generally balanced, then I can see y'all, you know, leaning more towards PvE, because, you know, like I said, it's a bigger attraction. And you know, but when you have an issue in your game, you got people doing glitches and you got unbalance. Like I don't see how like ignoring that and doing other stuff is more important. Like for instance, like we have, you know, the issues going on and the glitches and stuff, and then y'all release stuff like titles. Like I'm sorry, like that is like, I mean, like, I'm not against titles, but I've never seen like the true hype form, the true, you know, in comparison to, you know, what needs to be fixed, you know. I don't know if that's, you know, an example of what you feel is more important than, you know, fixing the issues or fixing the problems that need to be, you know. Yeah, I think that first point of what he said was what got to me the most. It's like, you know, it just doesn't feel like the priorities in the right place. So, you know, I just had to make, you know, express how I felt about, you know, his response, you know, on that whole issue. I'm not even gonna call it issue, just on that whole, you know, encounter. It was on a Q&A, you know. And, you know, it's just, you know, I really, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, I care about this game, and I care about it, you know, to the point where, you know, I want it to get better. And, you know, obviously I haven't quit, you know. Like I'm not gonna say that I pour hundreds of dollars into this game. I really don't. But like personally, there's like really no other game mechanic wise that like appeals to me like DC, you know. So of course I'm gonna care, you know. And when it just seems like, you know, the dev team doesn't care, you know, or, you know, prioritize what needs to be done, it's just like, you know, I don't even know what to say. Like, and I know that many other people feel the same way I do, even if they don't say it, you know. So that's my whole spiel on that. I just had to, you know, share that, guys, share that with you. And